Okay, before I start the video, I just want to say this. R.I.P. to Richard Porter, and definitely R.I.P. to Donnell Porter. And condolences to their family. Now let's get into this. Check it out. Most people know Richard Porter from the movie Paid in Full. And in the movie Paid in Full, he's there with two of his associates, or you can even say teenage comrades. You feel me? Because I watched the way I utilize the word friend, because a friend is somebody you could always depend on. And that's my personal ideologies and terminologies of it. And y'all can interpret whichever way you want. That's your free will. But I don't think a friend is somebody who will push your joint back. You feel me? Y'all get in the comments and y'all tell me. But getting into this video about Richard Porter, in the movie Paid in Full, he was with his two comrades. That was AZ FAISON, AZ from Harlem, for those who don't know, and ALPO Martinez, for those who don't know, who've been under a rock or whatever, right? And so we all know what happened, that ALPO Martinez ended up returning his associate Richard Porter, or some of y'all say his friend, his brother, but I'll say associate, or working comrade, to the physical essence of life. He did what he did, and his reason for doing it, that's not what this video is about. But that's just some history on the situation, what happened to Rich, how he got returned to the physical essence of life. But before this even occurred, Rich's little brother, Donnell Porter, a beautiful, innocent child. Let's all remember that, because I'm God Cypher Divine, and I'm no angel, but even people who's in the streets, it's a beautiful, innocent child. You understand what I'm saying? And I got a video, if you haven't seen it, that I did about when I met Richard Porter's uncle Apple, because I had to sit for a minute, and we was on the island, Rikers Island. Just for those who don't know what that is, it's a jail that houses, it's a county jail. I think it's the largest county jail in the world. It's in Elmhurst, Queens, and it houses 27,000 inmates at that time. You feel me? So I just happened to be there, and I ended up going into a house, and I linked up with a dude named Ziggy from Harlem, and he was like, his man gonna come up and bring some food that his man worked in KK, and his man's like a gully dude or whatever at the time. And I hadn't known Apple before this, you feel me? And really, I heard some things, but I didn't even hear about the whole situation of what occurred, you feel me, at that time. So the dude ended up coming up, and Ziggy was a getting money dude from Harlem, and I knew him, you know what I mean, but I wasn't really, and then we just happened to be in the same place. So we linked up, and we had our beds next to each other, whatever. And so the other dude came, and it just happened to be Richard Porter's uncle, Apple. You feel me? And he brought a lot of hot food that you don't get in the mess hall. So that was beneficial, and a lot of treats, cakes, and, things of that shit, cheese, whatever. And so Ziggy was telling him, yo, that's LA or whatever. So we ended up interacting. Now, I was holding myself down, not to be no big shot on no ignorant shit where I was holding it down on the island, but I was. And at that time, you could blow on the island, like, I mean, as far as Newports and all that, and I ain't smoked. But I had 3-4 cartons of cigarettes, you feel me? So I was telling son, like, I'll give you a couple of packs of cigarettes because niggas smoke. And I didn't, you feel me? So I was like, I'll give you a couple of, he gave me a contract, like, Richard Porter uncle, Apple. He gave me a contract, like, I'll bring you these many cheese grills, egg and cheese, whatever you want. Because he worked in his CO mess hall. So they ain't gonna eat the shit that the inmates eat, you feel me? And look, Rikers Island's in New York, so you know it's mad shit. So he was bringing mad goodies up, and I just giving him a couple of packs of cigarettes. But we was interacting a little bit, you know what I mean? Seemed like he was all right dude, you know what I mean? He seemed solid at the time. I was just talking to him, but I had my own shit going on, you feel me? Even with Ziggy, I still always had my own shit going on. But I was interacting with them too. So then I think the feds came and got him, and they took him out my house. Cause I was like, Ziggy, where you mean? And they was like, they took him. My probably was on a visit or something. So anyway, getting back to the story, for all of those who don't know Apple Porter, this is Richard Porter's uncle, right? Now, he happened to be rolling with a guy named Preacher. And if y'all don't know, everybody know about the Preacher. He had a Preacher crew, and they was doing mad murders, and they was extorting drug dealers, mostly from Harlem, but some in the Bronx too, or whatever. And they was doing their thing. And Apple just happened to be down with the Preacher crew. Or if he wasn't down with them all the way, I think he was. But if he wasn't down with them all the way, he was like a strong associate, right? Now, feel me, dig me. At this time, Richard Porter is getting millions of dollars. I'm not saying he's saving millions, but he's running through millions of dollars doing shit with ALPO and AZ in them, right? And you know he had to connect Fritz, and Fritz had, oh my goodness. So anyway, look, he was getting mad Britics, and just for educational purposes, those is kilos. So y'all all know that. So look, his uncle, I'm not sure, but I think that's his mother's brother or some shit like that. But it's his uncle, Apple. So he's around. At this time, I don't know Apple because I didn't get gobbled up and we didn't meet on the island. You feel me? So Rich is getting money coming in and out of his mom's house and shit. And his little brother's there, Donnell. And he's keeping Donnell fresh to death. Like, more better clothes than the kids at school. Your brother's getting millions of dollars and he's well-known figure in the streets. You feel me, dig me? So his uncle is using D-Rugs. For all of those who don't know, that's drug. His uncle's using D-Rugs, right? And I'm not going to say what substance he was into, but he was into a substance. So, plus he was rolling with the Preacher crew, right? So I'm not sure if he initiated the ideal, but either way, he agreed with the ideal. You know what I mean? And they came up with some scheme like, you get, this what was allegedly happening, that he was seeing Rich get mad money. And he was saying like, look, break me off. And he would be like, here go 2,500, 3,000, whatever. The niggas looking at you like, you getting money, like, break me off. You feel me? And like, it's crazy how you could just look at your own family like, I'll do it. And that's just how betrayal goes. But remember, betrayal comes from always somebody you trusted. A nigga you don't know can't betray you, right? Because you don't even know him. You feel me? So watch motherfuckers around you. But that just wanted to grow on. But back to what I was kicking to you. He wasn't satisfied with Rich was giving him or whatever. And they came up with a scheme to kidnap his little brother. Even, look, let's just look at this. Even if you got some pussy niggas that never killed nothing, that won't even throw a fruit in a fruit fight. If you got 3 of them and you tell them to kidnap your nephew, there's mad things that can go wrong, right? But imagine You got a whole crew of known killers, and you tell them to hold your nephew. So what happened, it got real dark and grimy, and the little boy was on his way to school. And remember the 4 devils, for all your guards out there, and for all your people who don't know, the 4 devils in life is envy, jealousy, hate, and lust. You see, people lusting for what Richard got. Richard earned that money, but people lusting and plotting against it. People jealous because how people love him. You feel me, dig me? Just vibe out with me on this. And they get hateful and envious, and they do bad deeds. And this bad deed got the little young bull caught up. And he was just a fly little boy, 12 years old, living his life. You feel me, dig me? That's not a game. So anyway, they ended up kidnapping the little boy, chopping off his finger. Y'all seen the paid in full. And once again, R.I.P. to Donnell Porter and R.I.P. to Rich. But his uncle set that shit up. Johnny Apple Porter. You feel me? Now, personally, like, I lived with this dude on the island, like I'm telling y'all, like me, him, and Ziggy. And I talked to him every day for like a month or a little more than a month. I ain't really know him, but I did get to meet him. And he showed like some solid side. And plus Ziggy was telling me he was solid, and I didn't know about the situation at the time, because I guess that's when he initially got gobbled up for it. And he wasn't talking about his case, and I wasn't talking about mine neither, you feel me? But look, it's super crazy because, like I'm telling y'all right now, he seemed like a solid dude. Now, I don't know if it was the drug substance that he was abusing that just made his mind go a little bit crazy and say, I'm so in lust for money, or I need to get artificially stimulated with a controlled substance or drug or whatever, that he said, came up with some shit in his mind like, we could take my nephew but don't hurt him. But they ended up cutting the little boy finger off, sending it to Rich. Like ALPO said, I wasn't there, but according to ALPO and different talk, Rich was trying to haggle with these people. They told you $1 million, and then you like, I don't got it. And then they told you 500,000, and you telling them, how about 350? And ALPO said, Joe, what are you buying, a car? This is your little brother's life. Give these people the money. And according to ALPO Martinez, he said he gave Rich $100,000. Like I said, I wasn't there. I ain't judging that shit, because it's a tragic that these black men lost their life for savagery. But you got to be on point in these streets, especially if you're indulging in it. And if you're indulging in the streets, you know, you're supposed to know the mechanics and dynamics of how that shit operate. And these things can occur. But I guess it's a learning experience for all of us. But yo, if you don't know me, my name is Unique LASHEIM Allah. They call me LASHEIM the God. I got a channel called Keep Low. And I do videos on street legends. And I also do videos that'll help you elevate your life. And I also drop knowledge for the guards, the earths, and the babies. So if you're not tapped in, tapped in. But like, y'all get in the comments and y'all tell me what y'all think about that. And it just turned out tragic. They ended up returning the little boy to the physical essence of life. You know, his family had to endure the hardship of that tragedy of a child who was totally innocent getting caught up in that madness. But yo, get in the comments, tell me what y'all think about it. If y'all like my video, give it a thumbs up. Yo, I'm gonna keep bringing y'all the best content, and let's just rise. Salute to everybody that's tapped in with Keep Low, all my subscribers. Peace.